Welcome into the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah, the site of the 2024 5A Girls State Championship Basketball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. Our coverage, as always, presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by NutriCost. Use the code UTAHMAY to get 30% off your supplement order on NutriCost. Our championship matchup, Bountiful taking on the Wasatch Wasps. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. Good to have Dane back.
It's good to be back, Dusty. We're hoping we make it a full day.
Gonna make it. Gonna happen. We got an interesting one. Bountiful looking for back-to-back state championships. Wasatch looking for their first title since they went back-to-back in 2008, 2009. It's a tall task.
It is. This Bountiful team is really good. We've seen them play. Dusty, they've got between Satawala and Harvey, two that can go for 20 on any given night. They move the basketball well. Their defense is suffocating. But this Wasatch team has played really impressive all tournament long. We'll see what the number 2 seed has in store for the top seeded Bountiful Redhawks.
That's right. It is number 1 versus number 2. When you look at Wasatch and what we've seen in this tournament, I mean, it's a lot of girls. Ashley Garner came into this tournament being as a leading scorer, but Dane, I think maybe the best player this week has been Peyton Benke.
Yeah, she's been fantastic. And when you look at that semifinal game, Dusty, she really paced the Wasatch Wasps in that one. Seemed like she could do whatever she wanted from the outside, from the inside. Got that ball moving as well. Spiridon's been fantastic for this Wasatch group as well. They've got a couple of posts. It'll be interesting to see how Bountiful tries to match up with them.
That'd be very interesting. And for Bountiful, you talked about between Satawala and between Taylor Harvey. There's 2 players that can go for 20. But Dane, I mean, Taylor Harvey, she can get whatever she wants when she wants it, and that is the biggest key for Wasatch. If you've got a shot today, you have got to contain Taylor Harvey, because when you watch her, she's so smooth. It's like watching the girls' version of Brody Kozlowski. So smooth, you don't speed her up. She finds her spot, she takes her spots, and when she puts it in the air, it feels like it's going to go in the net.
Yeah, she is extremely smooth, and she's a player that she rebounds the ball well. She can handle the ball coming up the floor, can shoot from the outside, the inside, can penetrate.
I'll try to catch you here. Dane still, he'll make it. Dane will come back. We'll be good. It'll be Harvey and Garner jumping it up. Number 1 versus number 2 in the RPI for the state championship. And the possession will start with Wasatch as Peyton Benke will bring it into the front court. Benke goes inside. This is Danielle Garner. Younger Garner, ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll remain with Wasatch.
Jordan Harvey's really good. There you go.
Taylor Harvey's out. There she is. Harvey with the steal. Taylor stepped through, stripped away by Benke, and a loose ball is claimed by Ashley Garner. .30 seconds in, and a good play there by Garner as Feely sends that out to Danielle Garner. Now on the angle with Miller back up top, as kind of letting, not kind of, they're having Harvey kind of roam around there in the middle, Dane. Kind of like playing free safety when she's not going to sag that far on Garner.
Yeah, I think that they trust that Garner is probably not going to take that outside shot, so it does allow Harvey to roam a little bit.
Leah Va'a says that ball on the angle. That was Benke over to Leah Va'a. Now Miller back up top to Feely. And now Garner. 2 seconds, 1 second. Got to shoot. Does at the horn. We're going to have a shot clock first. I thought maybe the missed official was just a little early. Maybe I'm wrong. I was right. That's okay.
It really is. Whenever Garner's outside the paint, Taylor's just letting her roam. Be interesting how Wasatch tries to counter that.
I didn't get to see Curtis Pettengill before the game today to get our officials rosters. There's the 3, a little long rebound tracked down by Benke. Miller over to Feely Liava'a. And now outside Danielle Garner. Straight away Peyton Benke. Peyton on the drive goes into Harvey. And Harvey, the future star, well, sure, he is a star volleyball player, future Longhorn, able to just put this one away.
If Taylor's going to be able to play in the paint defensively, be that as a help or as a primary defender, it's going to be a tough game for Wasatch. They've got to get her away from that rim.
Feely sends that ball straight away to Miller. Miller inside out. Danielle Garner along two. Can't get it. Rebound to Garner. No. Sent away. Ashley Garner with it. Pump it. And now pull it. And a rebound to Taylor Harvey.
Didn't talk about Mae Johnson in the open, but she's the other post for Bountiful, and she stood up big defensively on that possession.
As that shot goes, as Malika Satawala knocks down the three, and it is a 2-0 start for Bountiful. And that shot is off the back of the iron. Rebound to Taylor Harvey. As Taylor brings that ball up the floor. Oh, nice find. Taylor on the cut. Crawls it in. And one for Taylor Harvey.
We didn't really talk about her athleticism, but great speed getting up the floor before that D. She can do it all.
Adelaide Stevenson with the assist. Taylor Harvey at the line. Knocks down the free throw, and that'll bring in Mihaela Spiridon. Spiridon tried to do something that her mother did. And that has been a state championship for Wasatch girls basketball. Her mother was part of that 02 team. If I'm correcting myself, I'm right on who her mom is. She also played at Westminster College. Funny enough, it's one college game, Dane, I've actually done was Westminster versus a team from Montana. As there's a traveling violation. Garner traveled, give the ball back to Bountiful. So a 5-0 start for the reigning champs. Back over to Satawala out top with Johnson. May hands back to Satawala. Three on the way and good from Adelaide Stevenson. Your officials this morning, Courtney Duncan, Tammy Spencer, and Talon Shanoff. They go by Shillanoff. But I know the running back in the day from Park City went by Shanoff. As that one doesn't go, Chenoweth would be the other way to say that. So an 8-0 start for Bountiful. Fire that ball on the baseline. Stevenson with the pump. And now the pull and the hit. A 10-0 start for Bountiful.
Surprised Wasatch hasn't taken the timeout here.
And she's told Feely, hey, get past midcourt, take the timeout. Timeout on the floor. And the reigning queens of 5A basketball flexing their muscle. 4:16 left in the opening quarter. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back.
Kids Vitamin D Gummies. They contain a child's daily dose of vitamin D for a healthy immune system. They taste amazing, kids love them, and they're low in sugar. Easy for parents, great for kids.
Welcome back in. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart. 10-0 start for Bountiful. And I normally would say it couldn't have gone any better, but this is just Bountiful basketball, Dane. They play strong defense and solid offense.
Well, I actually thought the first minute and a half couldn't have gone any better for Wasatch other than they couldn't score, right? But they got a couple stops. They got good inside looks. It's just that Bountiful interior defense was able to get a couple rejections, some rebounds.
Oh, Peyton Banky blocked away by Harvey. And they say she reestablished as well. Drop that ball back in. Spiridon, no. Loose ball in the hands of Satawala. Here comes Malika. In the lane, Malika Satawala off the bump, no. And the rebound sent back out to Harvey. They go inside. Satawala's J won't go. Mae Johnson with the rebound. Stevenson now over to, now Satawala out to Stevenson. Adelaide on the baseline. Malika Satawala will jump it, and it rolls in. 12-0 Bountiful. Coach Joel Burton. One of our trivia questions this week was Joel Burton's third in active wins. As that three from Greenwell does not go. The third active was a 233, well now 234 wins for Joel Burton. Had the state championships with Kennedy Redding. Came back, won the title last year. As Harvey pulls, back rims to three. Loose ball into the hands of Mae Johnson. She loses it out of bounds. And the ball will go to Wasatch. I remind you, near the every timeout we'll have today will be full timeouts. Immediate timeout set up. But Wasatch looking for their first points. This Wasatch team, as Dane mentioned, we mentioned at the top, the number 2 team in the RPI.
This Bountiful D is suffocating right now.
Yeah, it is. When they're jumping on everything, is that ball kicks off the leg of Peyton Benke.
That ball never even gets inside the 3-point line, Dusty. Everything's just on the external right now.
He's just challenging our camera guy to make sure he keeps everything wide and zoom in as he needs to. We need championship effort out of everybody today. Dane's already, he's going Willis Reed. Vince has already been a champion today. We'll have cameraman. He's wearing his Raptors shirt today, Austin Bigelow.
It's not really championship gear.
Drop that ball inside. Nice move inside the paint. Kiss it off the window. And Charlotte Johnson comes off the bench with the bucket.
Feels like now Bountiful's just a step quicker on both ends of the floor right now.
Yeah, a little more settled to the game.
Yeah.
And you'd say, well, championship game, and you're at they were Weber last year, won that one. That feeling doesn't change. You can be in a different building, but that feeling, that championship, it's just what it is. It's what's riding on this game. Leah Va'a has that one knocked out of bounds. Good hands by Malia Nelson. Also part of our broadcast crew today, Ellery Davidson will be taking care of the 5A games. She'll have the post-game interview at the end of this one, and then also the boys' game. She'll have game 1 and game 3. Kenzie Valentine will be taking care of our 6A games with our post-game interviews. Also, Dane and I, as there's the 3 from Peyton Benke. Can't get that one to go. And the loose ball tracked down by Nelson, and the foul going to be called on Ashley Garner. And nothing going for Wasatch here in the first 6 minutes and 11 seconds. But Dane and I will have our post-game recaps as well. We'll have interviews with the winning team's players and coaches, or head coach, I should say. And also some of our thoughts of what they've done throughout the week. As Harvey rattles home a 3, and it's a 17-0 start.
This is one of the more dominant quarters I've seen in a championship game. I mean, even Lone Peak championship games,
right,
haven't gone like this.
No. You're thinking Lone Peak last year, going that back-to-back. Skyridge jumped out early in that game. As there's a drive by Leah Va'a couldn't get that one to go. Rebound and run out with Harvey. As Taylor going to pull on the baseline. Thought that was going to go. Rebound to Garner. Can Wasatch find a way to get some rhythm and get on a run? Peyton Benke. Leah Va'a up top with Garner. She holds, fires it too tall for Leah Va'a. And turnover, the ball goes back to Bountiful. And I got to say this, I mean, Wasatch students showed up. Bountiful students a little late arriving, but they're now 2 very good student sections. But Wasatch got a very strong contingent here today.
Very strong. They've been loud from the get-go.
So I mentioned Wasatch looking for the first title since 2008 and 2009 with Kimberly Parker. As Harvey gets inside, leaves it short. Rebound goes off the hands of Danielle Garner. Skip over to Malia Nelson, now up top with Satuala. Satuala too strong. And again, Bountiful just a step faster. Nelson in and out on the 3. Another offensive rebound. And now we'll have a dual hell jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with Bountiful.
You know, sometimes the ball just bounces your way. Bountiful's been in the right spot multiple times in this first quarter where you've seen fortuitous bounces or even them just outworking to get in the right position to keep a possession alive.
So this ball in the angle to drop it back inside. Oh, Leah Va'a had left her feet and Thought maybe missed opportunity there for Charlotte Johnson to get a foul. And that will close out the first quarter. A first quarter that was completely dominated by the reigning queens of 5A. Bountiful flexes their championship medal in the first quarter as they hold Wasatch scoreless. Number 1 versus number 2. Quarter 2 coming up. Again, our coverage presented by Heidemann & Associates. Go to utah.law, get a free consultation. Let them know the Rewind sent you. Go to NutriCost.com and get 30% off of your order when you use the code UTAHMADE. We'll be back with second quarter action. After this, you're watching the 5A state championship game. Start of the second quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. Let's get to our Handles Ice Cream trivia question for the state championship game. All of them been written by Dane Stewart since 2018. What is the only school that has won a state championship without repeating?
In 5A girls.
So if you've won a title, you've won 2. You got 2 scoops.
Correct, except for one program. There's only one program who has not repeated in a state championship since 2018 in 5A girls. Who is it? Hit us up on social media. You see our handles there at the bottom right. Let us know, and you can get a free $10 gift card to Handles. Yeah. Which, by the way, Handles is helping this get better. Been there a couple times this week for some ice cream, trying to get boys back.
Yeah. Hey, we don't want to hear anything on social media about throats and ice cream. I don't want to hear it. That's sore throats. Dane does not have strep throat or sore throat. That shot doesn't go.
You have an idea?
Of who it is?
Yeah.
I'm going through my brain at the moment since we've done all those championships. As free throws are good, because Springville repeated. Well, the free throw is good. You hear the cheer from the Wasatch students. Finally see the ball go through the hole. There's that one off the mark. And the rebound to Fili Liava'a. Can they get going? Would like to see her push that ball to the circles. What used to be on the court. There used to be little dotted line circles. Never understood why. And there's Garner. It's a tough shot. Doesn't get to go. Satawala with the rebound.
Wasatch was 0 for 12 in that first quarter.
Oh, I know the answer. There's the shot. Doesn't go. Rebound. Well, no, because that would have been on the back of a back-to-back. So never mind. Take it back. I don't know who it is. Scanning.
Once I say it, you'll know it.
Yeah, I'm scanning. Yeah. It's going through. I'm not cheating either. No Google for Dusty. As the foul is called on Charlotte Johnson.
How about no Bountiful turnovers in that first quarter? Played a clean slate. Wasatch had 5 of them. The Wasps 0 for 12 from the floor.
Over 12, and those are long shots, too.
They were, yeah. And just 1 3. So they're really getting stuck in that 15 and out.
Still haven't got a field goal to drop. That ball's loose. And then have a loose ball foul on Wasatch and go on Fili Liava'a. Nice hustle. You see right there.
Wasatch foul at number 23, Fili Liava'a. First team of the second quarter.
So it's 17-1 start for Bountiful. Kind of sucked the air out of the gym.
Yeah.
Come back the other way. Inside, May Johnson. No. Rebound out of bounds. It will stay here. Get that into Satawala. Malika pulls and hits.
You know, Bountiful, and this was what I kind of alluded to earlier. He only hit 6 field goals in that first quarter. They were 6 of 17, just 35% from the floor. Wasatch had some stops, just couldn't get the offense going.
You can't get it right now. They cannot get a clean look. Is Garner? No. Get your own board right at the rim, and she knows that she hesitated. And now the first field goal for Wasatch.
And just a reminder, this is on the quote-unquote easier end as well.
Easier end, quote unquote.
Well, and that's where, you know, it speaks to how good this Bountiful D has been. Their length is creating a lot of problems for Wasatch to get into their sets and to get good looks.
That ball tapped away there by Liava'a. Well, she's going to get called for the foul. That's going to put Malika Satawala at the line.
Second team foul.
For that two-man game with Harvey and Satawala. There you see the foul. And the free throw good for Satawala. I mean, I don't say this to rub any dirt on anything, but if Malika's able to win, she's gonna be able to walk into the breakfast with her brother Falatau, the Hall of Famer, the All-American. She's gonna drop 2 rings on the breakfast table. And she gets well, she already gets 1. I mean, you get 2. I mean, that's John versus Jim Harbaugh stuff.
It is. That's yeah, that's one where if you're Falatau, you try to play a long game on that one, huh?
Hey, you walk in with your Army All-American banner.
That's right.
The turnover there by Miller is. This is quite the blitzkrieg. Tripped out of the inside. Mae Johnson mishandles that. Throws it off a corner. Heads up play by Mae Johnson.
Said just a step quicker, right? One is just trying to screen that ball away. Mae Johnson able to wrap around. Throw that in off of Wasatch.
Want to thank our KSL correspondents today. Our producers got a floor cam in all of our games today. Get that ball inside to Mae Johnson. And Mae Johnson lays it up and in.
Mae Johnson that time, be able to get that entry over the top if there isn't help coming underneath. Easy finish at the rim and a little slow to rotate on that underside. And Bountiful continue to just execute at a really good level.
Banky loses the handle, goes to the floor. And Coach Hole, I thought maybe he was going to take a timeout. Well, timeout on the floor, under 5. So full immediate timeout, 4:58 left in the half. It is all Bountiful, 23-3 on Wasatch. This is a Utah Facial Plastics timeout. We'll be back with some Pro Talks after this break. 4:58 left in the half. That timeout brought to you by Utah Facial Plastics. Again, cosmetic surgery is about looking better. There's no doubt about that. But also, there's times that it's medically necessary. If you had a young child born with cleft palate or different things or any type of things that can be taken care of the face, take them to a plastic surgeon. But also, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good, as we say on the court and on the field. But also, same thing as being an adult. If you're losing your hair, you might be losing some confidence because you want to look good and feel good to help you in everything in life. As they break the press easily, and Mae Johnson lays that one up and in. The call 801-960-3137. Utah Facial Plastics offices in Draper and in Layton. And I think that we're sponsoring KSL Sports Rewind, our replay, and our timeouts. As Greenwell gives that one up on the baseline, and Miller loses it out of bounds. And the story, as you look at the scoreboard, is scoring, Dane, but this is about defense. This Bountiful defense has stifled Wasatch.
Yeah, they have. And it's been one where, when you think about what we've seen from Wasatch, they've been able to use their posts, get that ball in the paint. And the way Bountiful, I love the way they've come out, the game plan, Coach Burton, they're not allowing that. And so now it's, we're going to make you beat us from 15 and beyond. And it just has not been able to happen here in the early going for the Wasps.
Spiriton misses the 3. Rebound to Garner. We'll have a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Bountiful. With a half of the second quarter left. Now the Bountiful student section. Day now student section. It's a thriving student section.
The problem is they might have been out of the game. Guys should have been here 30 minutes ago.
No. What are you doing? Nice of you to show up.
Although they'll get to enjoy the after party should a similar outcome hold true.
And that part would be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear the SNL after parties are legendary. Peyton Benke on the drive, and Harvey with the swat, and then adds a little salt to the wound as she throws it off of Peyton Benke. Yeah, that should be off of Wasatch. She threw it off of her.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why Miss Official was just going to give the ball to them.
Yeah, there you go. There's the right call.
I've never seen that before.
That's a heady play.
Maybe some seasoned individuals. As that ball goes out of bounds. And that just shows you again, we talk about Taylor Harvey. She doesn't speed up anything. And right there, it was like she was think maybe she just didn't think she had it clean and says, "I was going to throw it off the end."
Yeah.
So Tuwala put that ball inside. Johnson can't get it. Tipped around that bound off of Bountiful. The ball will go down the floor with the Wasps. Wasatch through over 12 minutes. There's 13 minutes of play. Only one field goal allowed by Bountiful. Peyton Benke challenged by Tuwala. Couldn't get it. Greenwell had to go. Well, I thought it went off her foot. It did go off of Isabeau Hoff foot, and then we'll inbound on the baseline with Wasatch. But Bountiful's been dominant here at the site, Dane. We had the first game against Brighton, just like this game. They blitzed them, and that thing was over. The Box Elder game, Box Elder challenged and led at the half, but then the second half, Bountiful was like, nope, no more.
Yeah.
We had Taylor Harvey in the post-game interview with Ellery, where she said, we had to remind ourselves, we've beaten them twice. Just go back to do what we do. And then today, I mean, can't say it enough. 11 minutes into this game, I mean, it has just been completely dominated.
Yeah, and it's one where if you're Wasatch, we talk about what we saw from Spearden and from Garner getting here. And Bountiful, hasn't given them great opportunities. Benke hasn't been able to find her shot in this championship game yet. Someone's got to step up.
This large student section wanted something to cheer over. The knockdown 1 of 2, the free throw line. 21 point lead for Bountiful as Harvey goes baseline, sends it out, extra pass. Adelaide Stevenson chased off a 3, and now to Tuwala.
I think here you just see the difference as well. This is quick ball movement by Bountiful. They're really making Wasatch run around.
Harvey misses the 3, and Tuwala there to clean it up and score.
And if you get them running around enough, when you throw bodies at the rim, you get second chance opportunities just like that.
Benke can get the foul on Stevenson, and finally Coach Burton has something to complain about. It's like, what are we talking about?
It's the 14th foul on Bountiful, so Wasatch will be shooting free throws the rest of this half.
So Greenwell leaves as Leah Va'a comes back on and checking in for Bountiful, number 22, Sela Tuakoi. Mind you that it's Friday, not Saturday. It has been championship Saturday every year for as long as I know.
Yeah.
There's a 3 on the way from Fili Va'a. No. Rebound to Spearden, and Spearden fouled. That's going to be 2 free throws for Mihaela Spearden.
But in the case in point there, you've got a great contest on the initial field goal. You've got 3 Bountiful players inside on the board to try to, deny any second chance opportunity.
And Spearden hits the first. And the second. Talk about her father, Jason Spearden, was an offensive lineman at BYU. Good to show up there. I've never seen the crossover at the free throw line. I like that. Not even Tim Hardaway, who had the killer crossover, did that at the free throw line. "14 seconds. Down to 10. Tuwala up top, work it around. Now trying to get into Harvey, stolen by Ashley Garner. Garner on the run. Stevenson back there with her. She steps through and is fouled. And now we'll put Ashley Garner at the line. First aggressive play today.
That's what I was just going to say. That's the first time I feel like Wasatch has been like, no.
Yeah. They've been catching all day today.
Yes.
Been catching. Hey, sometimes you're the pigeon and sometimes you're a statue.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I like the
I
hammer
do like
the
the
nail
hammer
better.
nail. Yeah, I do too.
But Garner, he gave me crap for misquoting him.
All right, Jeff.
And then Vince made him feel even better and puts it on the screen with him, with his actual quote from the article. Sometimes.
I do like hammer and nail. Although, pigeon and statue is probably a little softer, right?
Well, I mean, you're talking about getting, you know.
No, I know.
I guess the FCC best word is defecated on. That probably.
But hammer and nail is a pretty, bam.
Yeah, exactly. Is Satu? I see what you're saying there. Satuala misses that one, and Johnson comes away with it. I got a country song I'm going to quote here momentarily, and I don't even know the answer to it. We're going to ask you to find out who sang the song for a 4-pack of Crumble. And we got a couple of those to get away today. In each game is inside Satuala, and that ball blocked away by Peyton Benke. Or no, that was Fili Liava'a. I got to get the hair thing worked out between those two. As that one goes out of bounds, we'll keep it here.
I'm thrilled to see Wasatch kind of getting back, having some resolve here, right, and some pushback. I mean, you've got a 20-point game, could very easily cave in. Keep grinding, keep battling. You never know how things turn out.
Like a hammer and a nail, socks and shoes. We go together at parts like rhythm and blues. And I won't say the rest of the lines. They'll give it away. Who sang the song? What's the name of the song and who sang it? For a 4-pack of Crumble. Traveling violation on Mate Johnson as the ball will go down the floor with Wasatch. Like a hammer and a nail, socks and shoes. We go together in parts like rhythm and blues. Who sang that country song? Drop it inside to Garner. Got it to her. Blocked away by Harvey. Tapped out by Harvey. And down the floor with Adelaide Stevenson. A hit. This guy wore a Utah Jazz warm-up in one of his videos in the 90s. There's now a foul on the pass.
Number 24,
Lewis Scott?
Lewis Scott?
Do you know who Lewis Scott is?
I don't know who Lewis Scott
really?
is. I'm going to look him up.
He's the only NBA player to win a title wearing a Utah Jazz
what am
jersey.
I doing?
Come
of
on.
course.
Come
what
on.
am I doing? What am I doing? Beantown. On every commercial, too. Don't tell me you can't get marketed by living in Utah. It means you don't know anything about Lewis Scott. It's one of the best challenges of all time. As inside of 20 seconds, that ball slapped away, picked up by Miller. She gives it back to Harvey with 10 seconds. Ahead to Satuala. Malika will lay it up and in. Microcosm what this first half looked like as Bountiful just dominated 29-7 at the end of 2 quarters. The reigning queens of 5A basketball dominated in the first half. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the halftime performances. As Bountiful just absolutely spectacular in the first half. As always, our coverage presented by Heinemann Associates. Go to utah.law, find a law office nearest you. And also brought to you by NutriCost. Use the code UTAHMADE for 30% off. Over 300 products available at NutriCost.com. Use the code UTAHMADE. Start of the third quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you as Bountiful dominated that first half. I mean, how many more times we can say that? But they were just completely, owned the first 16 minutes of this ball game, up 29-7.
They have, and you could make the argument that Bountiful could have even played better. Shot 39% from the floor, 22% from 3. But just the one field goal for Wasatch, and it's really been the defense of Bountiful that has just been a problem. Their rebounding's been really strong. Their rotations have been strong. The ball movement's been really good. It's been a lot of one and done for the Wasatch Wasps.
Wasatch does not want to look at the stat sheet. Dane and I are always very positive in our coverage. We do use a lot of stats and different things. We're not going to mention stats on there so much. In the terms of they didn't play well. Bountiful held them to a 1-22 in the first half from the floor. That's unreal. As they go inside to Satuala, she's sharp off the window, and you can tell she did not like what she did there. But she'll want that one back.
Yeah, and I think it's just, good defenses make opposing teams uncomfortable. And that's probably the most open look Wasatch has had all game, and that had to be 3 feet beyond the college line.
Right, the first 3. So now 1 of 4 from deep. Anna Greenwell with that 3-pointer. Here's our part. You can turn this around if you're Wasatch, but you have to get stops on one end, which they were able to do in the first half. They got to find the bottom of the net on the other end. As Satuala misses, gets her own board, can't get the putback. Danielle Garner comes away with the rebound. And now gives it up to Peyton Benke.
Well, I think some of it is, hey, look, I don't care what the score is. All your friends are here. The whole high school's here. all your parents are here. Like, you've got a great crowd. Just go out. This is the last game of the year. Just go play. Just play loose, have fun. You have nothing to lose, guys.
Exactly.
And just see what you can get done.
Like that first half it's over. You can't change it, can't get it back. All you can do is take care of the second. As Peyton Benke gets fouled on the drive, we'll put her at the line. I think I've shared before. And I don't know if anybody's heard me say this before, but I coached baseball for a while. Never won a state championship game, by the way. We lost. And my first one we got into, we were the undefeated team in the championship series. We lose the first game. I think it was like 6-1 or something like that, or 6-2. It was pretty close. Game 2 of that best, you had to lose twice, double elimination tournament. It was 13-0 at the end of the first inning. That sucked. And we had to play 9 innings. There was no 10-run rule because you play American League rules. So trust me, I've been there. I've been in this spot that Coach Hull's in and this Wasatch team's in. You say, hey, let's play as much pride as you can because it ain't going our way today.
Well, and here's the other thing. With how many people are here, I mean, they're down 17. Do you hear the crowd when they hit that free throw?
Yeah.
It's not going to take a lot for this building to flip.
Yeah, that's true. There's another take and make for Taylor Harvey, who terrific first half at 6 points. I mean, the leading scorer at the break was Malika Satawala with 12 points. And Harvey, not even her best shooting half either. It was 2 of 8 from the floor, 1 of 3 from deep. So on the drive is Peyton Benke. And Peyton, as you mentioned, Dane, the student section just wants to cheer for their classmates.
Yep.
17-point game. That's pretty palatable, right? You had that bad happen. I mean, 19 points, 17 points. These aren't insurmountable deficits if you're Wasatch. Inside to Harvey. And Taylor with the finish off the bump.
Bountiful's been able to get so many good looks at the rim off of screens and movement without the basketball where the help D is just not there in time. We've seen that multiple times in that first half and now in our third quarter.
Leavaha had sent that back out. Harvey was just waiting for that pass from Garner. Picks it off. Here comes Taylor. Wrap it around. Can't get it. Rebound to Mae Johnson. She's fouled. Count the bucket. And it's going to put Mae Johnson at the line for 2, or probably for 1.
Foul on number 32, Ashley Garner, Wasatch. Her second personal foul.
So again, you force the bad shot from Harvey, but Mae Johnson running the floor, the big hitting her head on both rims. But now a chance to complete a 3-point play. And Mae Johnson at the line does complete the 3-point play. So lead to 22. So Fili Leava'a cut off there by Adelaide Stevenson. Sends back out to Peyton Benke. Peyton lost her footing. Made a move there on Satawala. Couldn't keep her footing. Fili Leava'a blocked away. Harvey had the block. Fili tried to feed that inside. Spiridon misses. Loose ball was off of Spiridon, saved back by Fili, but didn't get back in play. As the ball will go back to Bountiful.
Bountiful only had 4 blocks in that first half. It felt like they blocked a lot more. The length has been problematic. It was on that last possession too. Harvey with another one.
Utah Facial Plastics timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back. 4:18 left in the third quarter. You're watching the 5A state championship game.
Reminder of our trivia question. Do we have any answers?
Do we have anybody answer it yet?
No. Since 2018, what is the only 5A girls school that has won a state championship without repeating? Do we want to answer it now? Do we want to give a little more time?
Should we do the answer? Let's do the answer. Go ahead.
Did you have a guess?
Do I have a guess of who it was? Highland.
Yes, 2020. Highland.
That ball goes out of bounds.
Kids, good job.
Thank you, because I didn't. The whole time I was thinking about it, I was trying to go back.
Now, Bountiful just won last year.
Right.
So if Wasatch were to find a way back from the 19-point deficit, they would be out of that list.
Right.
But every other team who's won a 5A Girls State Championship since 2018 has always gone at least back-to-back.
Satawala with the block. Harvey on the way away.
Oh.
Got between the two defenders and scores.
How about the leaping Taylor Harvey, splitting that D through the air? What a move.
I mean, lucky we've kind of advanced with the jump stop. When we first started, that would have been called the traveling violation.
Yeah. She's just a junior.
Right, she's coming back.
Yeah.
Satawala's a sophomore. Trying to fit that across the key that goes out of bounds. It's been a long time since we had a three-peat. Lone Peak girls looking for a three-peat in our next game. I'm trying to remember the last three-peat we've had.
Well, that was actually almost one of my trivia questions, Dusty.
Who was the last three-peat?
Yeah.
Mountain View?
That is correct.
Michelle Harrison senior year, I think, was the last three-peat. Is inside. Mae Johnson. It went. I thought it was going to crawl off, but Mae Johnson able to get the roll. And she'll go back to the line looking for another three-point play. It's all business with this Bountiful team.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, championship teams find a way to put teams away. And I love that Wasatch has made a couple of pushes. We've seen them get back into some of the stuff that we've seen them do in this tournament and find success. But Bountiful's been there to respond every time.
A free throw good from May. Again, completes her second three-point play of this third quarter. And pushes the lead to 24 points. Again, for Wasatch, they want to stay in this game, but they got to stay away from a dreaded 35-point deficit. If we get to 35 points at a dead ball, then there'll be a continuously running clock in the fourth quarter. Is that ball tipped away by Harvey? Here comes Taylor on the run. Taylor going to pull from just inside the free throw line and rattles it in. Another play from Taylor Harvey.
We set in the open. She can shoot from the outside, the inside, can handle. That's a great pull-up. She doesn't even fully stop her momentum. They're still a little bit kind of drifting with her, and she's still able to hit that.
Let's go inside. Banky between the two defenders gets the foul called. Taylor Harvey's probably looking saying, well, I didn't get that, but there was actually contact on this one.
Foul on number 33, Mae Johnson.
And May left her feet as well and kind of got her with her leg.
Shooting two shots. Will be
So Banky knocks down the first. Coming in for Wasatch is Bailey Sweat. Here's our part of this Bountiful roster, Dane. I think we had to do this in the last game. They don't have years on every one of their players, but I don't think there's a senior on this roster, at least in the contributors, because all the grades that are listed off of the roster I used only list juniors, sophomores, freshmen. There's a foul.
Wasatch foul on number 32, Ashley Garner. That's Garner's
Third personal foul on Ashley Garner.
Yeah, and in fact, I went to another roster, and I didn't see a senior on it.
Yeah, it's
So
your potential back-to-back state champs are going to return
everybody.
her buddy in the club coming back.
And that includes, you know, players that are helping with equipment and all that. I mean, everybody.
If you've been following us this week, you know we're into pop culture. At least I am. I remember when that was a sign that you were young, just using the line I just did. Is that ball? Oh, a traveling violation on Anna Greenwell.
Look, he's jiggy. He's down with it. He knows the 4-1-1.
There's the other movie.
That's one of my favorite movie lines.
I love that.
I love that line.
I'm hip. I'm jiggy with it. Oh. Oh, and the foul going to put Harvey at the line. What a great highlight for somebody to have for Vincent Clip. Me doing a movie character and then the foul, putting Harvey at the line looking for the three-point play.
I'm actually thinking a different movie line.
Oh.
That one's good too.
Oh, I think I know that one too. It's got, it has the Joker in it. I don't want to give away the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either one. Hit
Either
us up.
one,
Grumble
yeah.
4-pack.
Give them both.
You know that? Going out with some guy, I don't care how dope his ride is.
Care how dope his ride is. They put on the belly. Send that along the baseline. And Sweat is fouled before the shot. You ready for a fun fact?
I love fun facts.
The father in that movie
Yeah.
was the original George Costanza.
Seriously?
Before they met Jason Alexander, Larry David wanted him, who was one of his buddies, to be George Costanza.
Oh, he would have been great.
He was the bellman.
Yeah. He
One
would
of
have
the
been gold.
best, one of the best one-episode characters in the history of Seinfeld.
Because he is like, I love his character in every movie he does.
Yeah, especially that movie's so funny.
Don't know his name.
I don't remember his name. I was quoting him from Curb Your Enthusiasm as well. So we have the jump ball and the missed free throw. We apologize. What happens in a 26-point game? We kind of get on tangents, but we give a couple layups for some crumble cookies. By the way, the movie or the song lyric I gave out earlier was "We Were Meant to Be Together" by Neil McCoy. Oh, nice steal. Fili Liava'a with the steal. Oh, couldn't get the three, out of bounds off of Bountiful. Harvey doesn't agree.
You know, it's a pretty young Wasatch roster as well. Garner, their leading scorer in the post. She's a senior. Sweat's a senior. But everyone else,
That's it.
coming back for Wasatch, yeah.
Oh, yeah, freshman and sophomore with a couple of juniors in there, too.
Yep.
And none of which are major contributors. I mean, Peyton Banky's a sophomore.
Junior.
Junior, pardon me. Fili Liava'a fall away. No. Harvey with the rebound hits the deck. They're going to come clean up aisle 5, make sure everything's okay.
But we talk about, you know, Spiriden's a freshman. The younger Garner's a sophomore. So there's a good core coming back here for the Wasps. This could very well be a 5A state title game again next year.
And how about this for Harvey and crew? I don't have their volleyball roster pulled up, but reached the state championship game or match this year. Didn't go the way they would like it to go, but this is a team and a group that are, I mean, they're involved in the state championships. As Harvey knocks down the first free throw. As that free throw is good. Miller tries to send that ball to Garner, tipped away, taken away by Bountiful. 1 second, fire at the end of the quarter, and that'll do it. And at the end of 3, it is all Bountiful. They're up 48-20 in the 5A state championship game. They are 8 minutes away from going back to back. Again, as always, our coverage presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by NutriCost. Use the code UTAHMADE. Get 30% off your NutriCost order. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this.
This is NutriCost Kids Vitamin D Gummies. They contain a child's daily dose of vitamin D for a healthy immune system. They taste amazing, kids love them, and they're low in sugar. Easy for parents, great for kids.
Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. 28-20, the lead for Bountiful. So you mentioned looking to go back-to-back, as everybody who's won the 5A state championship has gone back-to-back since 2018, except for one team. That was the Highland Rams, who won that championship on this floor back in 2020. That was a team full of young players as well, that 2020 Rams team. As try to fit that ball inside, and Miller turns it over as the defense from Bountiful has just been outstanding. Hansen gives that one up as Bountiful has been very patient. Harvey didn't get a rest to start this fourth quarter as Satawala's inside, and Malika misses that shot. Rebound taken. And then thrown off the leg there. Nice heads-up play by Peyton Banky. It's one of those things, Dane, every time we get the quarter stats, you expect something to change, and it just doesn't.
Doesn't, yeah.
The only thing it did change is Taylor Harvey is the leading scorer. Scored 13 points in the third quarter.
That did change. Wasatch with a couple threes in that third quarter.
Liava'a gets her own rebound. Peyton Banky. Wrap it around the left hand, no. Rebound to Satawala.
about Bountiful on the glass. We've talked about it. Had a stranglehold on it for most of the game, but even offensive rebounds, they've been strong.
We just missed out on a really big cheer to our right. Tuakoi's family's right there. I should have gotten that to go.
Yeah.
That's her third personal.
We would have heard from the Oosas from Bountiful as she gets that shot to drop. Can remind you, we'll have our post-game interview with Ellery Davidson. She's going to head down there to get ready. Dana and I will have post-game as well. We'll have on the videos. So if you're a Bountiful fan watching this, we're at a 30-second timeout brought to you by Utah Facial Plastics. We'll have our videos coming up. We'll recap this championship game and the run. We'll have multiple player interviews. We'll talk with Coach Burton as well, as Bountiful's poised to go back-to-back. Ellery will interview our player of the game, and then Dana and I will take over from there afterward. But check out those videos. Will be on KSLSports.com. They'll also be on our social handles on Instagram and on the X app. But those will probably be up today. I'm not putting any pressure on Vince Francis, but I think we've done a good job of bringing people on this week to allow Vince to just sit there.
Yeah, I mean, what else does he have to do, really?
No. You say he's been helping everybody, but it's been fun having Ellery and Kenzie Valentine. Kenzie did an awesome job in the 6A semifinals. She's done a great job this week, but we've also learned that when we have youngsters come help us out, Dane, that, 28 games is a lot as Benke hits the deck and a traveling violation going to be called on Peyton Benke. But we didn't expect him to do all 8 games on Saturday and Monday. 4 games, sometimes can be a bit much for these college kids, but they've done a great job.
Yeah, we've also learned, why high school sports are so fun. Because all of their schools have played in these tournaments, and they've all been up here cheering.
Right.
And it's like, look, they've graduated, but it still means something. Yeah. It's what's so special about high school. And, I mean, even this, right? I mean, you've talked about you've lost championship games. I've lost championship games. But, the memory lives on. Of, do you remember that time when we were in the championship and, this happened or that funny moment or this warm-up routine or whatever, outside of the score, whatever it ends up being. Both these two teams and both these, rosters are going to remember this for the rest of their lives and what a run it was to get here and to have this experience and to play on a floor where on the women's side, you've got a top 20 collegiate national team playing, right? That's awesome. What a cool experience with these young women.
And it is. And something that, again, doesn't leave. I mean, I'll still tell you, go play down at, Southern Nevada. That was the best field I ever got to play on. But I also went on tournaments like the Montana, played in Belgrade, Montana, played all over the place in the area, in Bozeman and stuff. It was so much fun. And those are things you remember. There's a foul going to be called on Bountiful. Charlotte Johnson. But for Wasatch, quite the run. We talk about the number 2 team in the RPI. Region champs out of the region, I believe, as well. Coach Audrey Hull done a great job with this team. And even falling short to Bountiful, as you were just mentioned, doesn't lessen any of the accomplishments. But this team's going to come back, and that's a traveling violation. She's got to go up with that. Feely terminated and turns it over.
A reminder, everyone, to please remain in your seats for our post-game trophy presentation. Please do not come up to the floor.
We mentioned Bountiful will be back next year, so will this Wasatch team. Wouldn't be shocked to see this once again as that does not fall and goes out of bounds.
I think Brighton's going to be strong again next year. West will be strong again next year.
Well, Brighton West and Olympus graduates some talent. As that doesn't go, we saw a lot of that Box Elder team was pretty young as well. Had some seniors, but a lot of juniors. Chappelle comes back next year, and I think part of that guard play comes back. Clearfield was a lot of seniors, but that was fun this year.
That was fun this year.
Got to Clearfield for the first time in, I think probably 2007. Jeff Hansen was in high school last time I was at a Clearfield basketball game. Believe that. Funny, I'm pretty sure, I wish we had a way. Maybe you still have some connections at our old place.
I don't.
They don't talk to you, no one over there?
No.
Grant's gone. I think we called the Jeff Hansen baseball game.
Oh, really?
I'm like fairly certain that you and I called the Jeff Hansen baseball game. I really want that video so bad.
That'd be great.
As that free throw does not go. Rebound and goes back up. Garner, no. Rebound to Harvey. Because we called Moose Bingham games.
Yep.
Although the picture always gets used all the time is Rufus Sprague. As that shot doesn't go. And the rebound now and run out with Ashley Garner. As there's nice hands by Taylor Harvey. Remember when Bountiful, when she was a freshman, it was kind of the upstart year here at the U. Lost to Highland, if I remember right, in that semifinal. As the three on the way doesn't go. And the rebound and a foul. Or maybe they lost to Springville. I could go back and look.
Yeah, I can't recall.
So Larson picks up the foul. Walk down the floor. That is the 5th team foul on Bountiful. As the free throw is good for Garner. Again, stick around. Ellery is going to have our post-game interview. Got a pretty good feeling of who we'll have. I know Elliot wanted to redo. We had some audio issues in our interview with Taylor Harvey. As Harvey misses that one, come back with Garner. And Garner blocked away by Harvey.
She's kind of like a shark, right? She's just like luring in the water. And as soon as she sees an opportunity for that block, she's so good at coming from behind or the side and not fouling. We've probably seen that 3 or 4 times in this game from Taylor.
We have, and we know how good her hand-eye coordination is because she's a terrific volleyball player. So timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. It's a Utah Facial Plastics timeout, and we'll be back. You're watching the 5A state championship game. Welcome back in. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Again, we'll have festivities coming up at the end of this game with Bountiful. Ellery will have our post-game interview, and then also remind those Bountiful fans out there, there's a steal by Garner, that we'll have our recap videos that'll come out. We interviewed multiple players and Coach Burton as that shot does not go. And not putting any pressure on Vince Francis, but I'm going to go ahead and put pressure on Vince Francis. He's going to have that out today. And not out today. I bet he'll have it out during the 6A girls game.
I wasn't going to put a timeline on it, but since you did.
As Harvey knocks that down.
By the way, I've got her with 6 blocks today. We talked about that. Unofficially had 7 boards through 3. She's over 20 in the game offensively. Pretty good shot. Ellery's going to get that second attempt at an interview with Taylor.
I'm excited for it too, because it was a good interview, the first one, but we have had the audio issues and all that kind of stuff now. We should have it figured out. Actually, I know we have it figured out. Everything's been clean since. There's Satawala goes baseline, reverses, and scores. Cameron Wasatch is fighting away. No, it doesn't matter in the final 3:25 is that 35-point spread. Peyton Benke rolls in the 3. Good for Peyton.
Yeah.
Great week for her. She may have pushed herself into a first-team All-Stater with what she did this week. Jeff Gardner talked about that this week with players. About when they. So we were talking about Maya Ray, and he goes, I think she may have pushed herself to a first-team All-State selection with the way she's played here at the Huntsman Center. And she should have. I'm hoping she got a scholarship offer, but we'll see.
I think if people watched her play, they would agree.
Well, where I felt bad is that she tore her ACL, so she didn't play last year. That's what we don't remember from a year ago. But she didn't play last year with an injury, and so being able to come back and play this year, her opportunities, maybe getting offers before, but you can tell she's back.
Yeah.
And playing extremely well.
Oh, she's definitely back. I mean, I think her performance in that quarterfinal was one of more impressive performance that I remember seeing in a long time.
And it wasn't just offense, it's what she
No.
did defensively. That
Well,
track down block she had.
Right. And for me, it was, if it's not for her, they don't win that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alina Mortensen, who's their top scorer, didn't have a great game that night. She needed help. And it was Ray who stood up, and it was her defense, it was her offense. She did everything for corner to get them to the semi.
And there's a future college basketball player right there, Peyton Benke. Is that three from Satawala? Speaking of future basketball players, Malika Satawala from a very athletic family. We were joking earlier about she and her brother Falatau. Her sister plays volleyball here at the U as well. As that shot doesn't go. Mae Johnson holds up top, fires that ball inside to Harvey, and Taylor gets the easy lay-in. And they're going to get some extra players on the floor. There's a steal by Adelaide Stevenson. Malika Satawala's jumper. She's laughing afterward. Didn't mean to bank it in, but she did. And a quick timeout. Just a quick substitution timeout for Coach Joel Burton.
I think starters are going to come off the floor here. What a run again for Bountiful this year.
I mean, just spectacular. And we saw them in the middle of the year. This team is very good. They bounce back, or they come back from last year's state championship, and you wonder what it does to a team. And they were so young a year ago, knew they'd be back and playing well. As you can see them clapping it up in their huddle, just to soak in the last minute 18 to go back-to-back, Dane. Last year wasn't overly surprising that they won it. This year we expected it, and sometimes that can hurt because you can get a little lackadaisical, but they just dominated their way to this win.
Yeah, they did. And I think the most tested they were was that Box Elder game in that first half. And, you talked about that. It's just the recognition. Hey, we beat them. Just got to get back to what we do. And they've been number one all year. And I think that we've seen why as the tournament has unfolded.
Again, stick around. We'll have an interview with Taylor Harvey. As Ellery Davidson will have that interview. And then again, the video will come out, the recap video of the 5A championship. We'll have multiple players. Last year, we had Taylor's older sister joined us. Also have Malika Satawala. I imagine we'll see her again. And then Coach Joel Burton, our reigning 5A Coach of the Year. And a reminder, our basketball award show will come out. Dana and I'll get together. No more polls. Adults have ruined that one, so we won't have polls. But Dana and I'll get together. Us and Vince will sit down and put together our awards video, our awards selections, and then get our video put out. Imagine you're going to have a member of this Bountiful team, one or two part of that. Is nice take and make by Fili Liava'a.
I do love that Wasatch hasn't folded. You see them still continuing with the pressure here, trying to play out this state championship game.
And Fili comes away with that loose ball. Have a foul on Bountiful. We'll put Fili Liava'a at the line to shoot 2 free throws. Again, the 6A Girls Championship game coming up. And Dane, I am so excited for this game. Lone Peak versus Copper Hills. Lone Peak lost their first loss in classification in nearly 3 years was at the hands of Copper Hills. So excited for this matchup.
Their length gives a lot of teams problems. And, I think this Lone Peak team, they have found something. There's a really interesting fun fact about this Lone Peak offense that is our trivia question for that game.
Ooh.
Excited to unveil that one.
I love fun facts.
Should be a great matchup.
I love fun facts, love ice cream. But bringing you through our championship game, our trivia questions and the fun questions haven't been answered yet, so we'll roll those over. As foul going to be the first foul on Wasatch of the fourth quarter.
First team of the fourth quarter.
So 31 seconds left as they're going to dribble this one out. No shot clock remaining as goes over. And now a traveling violation. Going to turn the ball back as Tuakoi. Again, it's kind of one of those awkward parts. He's trying to dribble this thing out. They're playing some token defense. But the celebration will begin for Bountiful as they're going to go back-to-back. Congratulations to Coach Burton and crew, their community, the school, these girls. It's just been awesome. But to Wasatch, we'll be talking a lot about Bountiful, but congratulations to Wasatch. An outstanding year for Coach Audrey Hull, her crew, the seniors, Ashley Garner, Bailey Sweat. Been quite a run, and it's something they'll remember. Getting to the state championship game, that won't go away. But congratulations. Here comes Garner off the floor for the last time with her younger sister, Danielle Garner. And also coming on the floor is Mihaela Spiriton for the other senior, Bailey Sweat. Congratulations to Wasatch. It's always sad when you don't come away with the trophy, but man, what a run, what a year, and what a time for these seniors. As this will come to the end, and now a foul given up there by Mackenzie Richens. 3 seconds to go. One last inbound. And the celebration will start for Bountiful. So that will do it. Back-to-back years, the Queens of 5A basketball reside at Bountiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the remember they stand for the Redhawks. Do not come under the field.
Absolute domination on their way to back-to-back state championships. Dan, your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, they set the tone early, Dusty. You come out in the first quarter, you go 15-0. Their D flew around. Their offense executed well. Taylor Harvey, another above-average game for her, above average for Satuala. The defense really shut down everything Wasatch had shown coming into this tournament. That's just one of the more dominant state championship games I've seen. Congratulations, Bountiful, on completing back-to-back state championships here in 2024.
Dan, your selection of a player of the game.
Got to go with Taylor Harvey. I think, we talk about her blocks. She finished with over a half dozen, probably more, 20-plus points tonight, one of the top rebounders for the squad. Her leadership, I love what we've seen from her in terms of her maturity. She continues to grow. She's still got another year. Taylor Harvey, our player of the game.
So they're about to do the trophy presentation, and we'll send it down to Ellery to get our interview with Taylor Harvey.
For the awards presentation, representing the Utah High School Activities Association is Mr. Ryan Bishop, representing Region 7 of the Activities Association Executive Committee.
The coach, Ryan Bishop, a vice principal at Wasatch, is going to be taking over that trophy to the Wasatch Wasps. But again, to Coach Audrey Hull, congratulations to her team. I mean, this is a team that is young. They're the number 2 team in the RPI. They won their region. Had an outstanding year. They have not won a state title since 2009, but just a great year for their club and for their team, and nothing to be ashamed of anything. This is such a good, Bountiful basketball team that, again, won the state championship a year ago, come back, and were absolutely dominant today. But they have nothing to be ashamed of, but this Bountiful team has been just great. And we talk about the domination, but they've been, we talk about they lost the volleyball state championship, and I imagine you have some crossover players, not just with Taylor Harvey, but with others, that you lose that championship, it fuels you. And they get a chance to go back-to-back and to put all this together. Just absolutely ecstatic for them to be able to come back and win this state championship. We'll wait for her interview to be done in another place, then we'll have her on. But again, we'll have our recap video with myself and Dane Stewart. We'll talk with Taylor. We'll talk with Malika Satawala. We'll have Coach Burton. Maybe another player. And then we'll be ready to go. And we'll have those videos out for you. So we'll stay on. So Dane and I will go, and then Ellery will have that post-game interview. But just stay here with us on KSLSports.com, as Ellery will have that post-game interview, and then we'll have the recaps coming out as well. But again, congratulations to Bountiful, back-to-back state champions. For Dane Stewart, Ellery Davidson, Vince Francis, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us. We'll keep everything up. Look out for our recap video, but Ellery will have that interview as soon as Taylor's available.